Think about what you're saying and trying to do these slightly different each one.
Okay.
Imagine you've got a long list of statistics about fish.
Yeah.
We don't want them to be all
Like
the
a
same and
checklist.
boring, like a checklist.
Some example of chunks. Utter disaster.
But how many chunks did you do there?
1.
You did 2.
Utter disaster.
That's it, that's 1.
Utter disaster. By the way. The end of the day.
The end.
The end of the day.
Yeah. Why? Because the end.
2 vowels.
2 vowels. Because you said the end of the day, which sounded like 2 chunks.
The end of the day. Encourage.
The end of the day.
The end of the day.
And also, that F is pronounced a V in English. If it's
Of,
got one
of,
F,
yeah.
it's an F. If it's one F, it's
V.
V.
Yeah.
But what did I do? The end of the day.
The end of the day.
And what did I do with that V? The end of the day.
D.
The end of the day. The end of the day. I deleted it.
Yeah. That's
Slightly more casual. Fish and chips.
The end of the day.
You can say the end of the day
The end of the day.
or the end of the day.
End of the day.
Slightly more casual.
The end of the day. Encourage. What these are one chunk with a plus?
Encourage plus someone plus infinitive. For example, encourage John to try a new way of doing the presentation.
Encourage someone infinitive. For example, encourage John to try a new way of doing the presentation.
Encourage John.
Encourage John to try a new way.
Hang on a second.
Oh, sorry.
Encourage John
Encourage John
to try a new way
to try a new way
of doing the
of
presentation.
doing the presentation.
3. Encourage John
Encourage John
to try a new way of doing the
to
presentation.
try a new way of doing the presentation. 2.
Yeah, 2.
Encourage John to try a new way of doing the presentation.
Encourage John to try a new way of doing the presentation.
Encourage John to try a new way of doing the presentation. 1.
Okay. Or maybe like a group of chunks. Okay? So when you get good, maybe you did 2 or 3, but you grouped them together. They weren't so separated.
Okay.
And you still had one breath.
Yep.
Think, when am I breathing?
Okay.
Think, when am I breathing? You never thought about that before. No?
It's like think to breathe when you're sleeping.
Yeah, think to breathe when you're sleeping. No?
No.
Sleep apnea is when you don't breathe when you're sleeping. Okay, next one.
Dependent on upon. The hell is that?
Dependent on or upon?
Oh,
Dependent
or
in, no?
dependent on or upon. For example, it all depends on what the outcome of the inquiry is.
How many chunks? You didn't think. Okay,
No.
think. Before you start, let me hear your chunks. Okay?
Dependent on or upon. It's all dependent on what the outcome of the inquiry is. It's all dependent on what the outcome of the inquiry is.
Let's just play the game and make, because I'm still not clear why you're doing your chunks. It's all dependent on.
It's all dependent on.
Todo depende de, no, in Spanish.
Yeah.
What the outcome of the inquiry is.
What the outcome of the inquiry is.
What the outcome of the inquiry is. Inquiry is.
What the outcome of the inquiry is.
What the outcome of the inquiry is.
What the outcome of the inquiry is.
Inquiry is.
Inquiry is.
You're not doing your joining. So, it's all dependent on the figures. You
It's
see?
all dependent on what the outcome of the inquiry is.
So, say this. It's all dependent on you.
It's all dependent on me, you.
Yeah. For example, you see? That's the object. On what the outcome of the inquiry is, it's just the object of that sentence. It's all dependent on him.
It's all dependent. It's all dependent on what the outcome of the inquiry is.
So you need to see on what the outcome of the inquiry is as one thing.
Okay.
Okay. Let me see if I have my script that I did last week.
That was good, huh? Very, very good.
I did another 2 last week, and let's see if I have the scripts here, and I can show you the scripts when I actually been doing the chunks on the script.
All right.
Because I say, don't decide where to do it, be open, but I don't have to do this a million times, and I'm thinking what goes together, because they're very long ideas like this. But if you think on you, on him, it's all dependent on him.
It's all dependent on what the outcome of the inquiry is.
So that's one idea. And I will show you my script that I did for 2 other videos
Okay.
about agricultural crop growth. You're using non-chemical things. They're using fungus to help the productivity of the plants. No?
Cool.
So very difficult concept, lots of difficult words, lots of really long things, but you have to be able to put them all together, otherwise it's just a disaster. Let me just find the script. Okay, so here is the script, and look.
Sorry, what's it? Yeah.
Athens. No? The name of the company. Then I've got one fucking long script. Athens, world leader in the in vivo production of mycorrhizal fungi. No? Horrible things. Its quality is essential, pause, to ensure the effectiveness. But in actual fact, that goes on to there. Look, I put a line that goes down to there. Its quality is essential to ensure the effectiveness of spores germination in soil. Yeah, it's terrible, isn't it? 1 second. Have a look at that.
Yeah. World leader in vivo production of
So you can see here that it's a very technical thing. Several formulations, a single objective. Aegis irrigo for 30 irrigation. Pause. Next thing in the list. Coveron for seed coating. Assaying tablet for the application of the transplant. Aegis gel to treat naked roots. Now look, we have something in block capitals. Athens.
Our strength is in the root.
But you broke that up. Your strength is
Athens. Our strength is in the root.
That's it. Athens. Our strength is in the root. Look, is in. No?
As in.
Our strength is in the root.
Yeah.
So, and here's another one. Same thing.
So how long will it take to read that on a promotional video? Or?
That's a 1 minute text. Each
All
one,
this in 1 minute?
That's a 1 minute text. That's
okay.
a 1 minute text. It takes me about. I try and prepare them for like maybe half an hour each, and then when I do it, I find the first time that I do a take, it's not very good, and I usually delete that.
But
one.
you do it here, or you do it in the studio?
Yeah, I did these here with that microphone. I did these here last week, and then I sent it off for the internet. And then they
So you don't
receive
need to
it.
go anywhere.
I don't need to go anywhere.
And they put it onto the video.
They put it on the video, and what I do is at the end of each sentence, I leave a longer pause so that they can move that audio to fit the thing. And maybe what I do is within each chunk, I leave a pause that's longer, which is just a flat line. Then they can move it. But I try to keep the same tone as if I'd carried on.
Yeah.
You see what I mean?
Yeah.
So here we have another one. But look,
Athens, world leader in the production of trichoderma in bioreactors through solid state fermentation. God.
yeah, it's terrible. Yeah, exactly. So you have to say Athens. Pause.
World leader in the production.
World leader in the production of trichoderma in bioreactors. Little pause. Look, I marked it there. Through solid state fermentation.
There are many obstacles.
Pause.
That a plant has to overcome to bear fruits.
That's it.
Trichoderma is
the
the natural
way
way to support the plant against the
adversities.
Against adversities.
Because look, the adversities. Our product, pause, condor, pause, contains a high number of spores with high vitality. They've got a group of chunks. Because look, it's a high number of spores with high vitality. It's like more and more, not high.
Emphasize more about that.
Because here you've got repetition. Look, high and high contains a high number of spores with high vitality.
Contains a number of spores with high vitality, or contains a high number of spores and vitality. But they chose to no, high and then high. Okay, which allows a rapid colonization of the soil. Therefore, creating a parameter of security which protects the plant throughout its growth. Our trichoderma strain is able to synthesize siderophores that chelate iron and make it bioavailable. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's terrible, isn't it? So look here. It also produces metabolites, pores, that increase the production of natural organisms. Natural organisms.
While the plant can grow stronger and healthier.
And look, I've got choice. I've got two adjectives: stronger and healthier. Okay, so I've highlighted that. I put a list 1 and 2. So I'm going to say, while the plant can grow stronger and healthier. Two different. Oh, but stronger and healthier.
Yeah, stronger and healthier.
And what I'm doing there is it's together, but there's a slight more on the second one, isn't it? Stronger and healthier.
Condor for fertilizer.
No, you've got to have a longer pause, because look how long this chunk is. And I'm doing a chunk to there because I've cut it up. No? Condor for irrigation.
Fertilization is the leading brand.
Look.
You broke into two.
Yeah, because it's just terrible.
Condor, fertirrigation.
Why? Because that is a terrible word to say.
That is that word. Is the leading brand in the market? No, is the leading branding in the market.
Fertilizing and irrigation put together. Fertirrigation.
Oh, this is fertilizing irrigation. Okay.
I've never heard of it either.
Athens. Our strength is in Athens. Our strength is in the root.
Condor for fertirrigation is the leading brand in the market.
Condor for fertirrigation is the leading brand in the market.
Athens.
Our strength is in the root.
Our strength is in the root.
Our strength is in the root. Our strength is in the root.
You could do it in two. Our strength is in the root.
Yeah.
Or if you're a bit better, our strength is in the root.
Yeah. Oof.
And what I do is that the final phrases, it's in bold, so it's big. It's also the key phrase for the end of the video.
This is their...
Yeah, so what I do is I do like 2 or 3 versions.
And they choose the one they want.
And they choose the one they want. So I may be doing, Athens, our strength is in the root. And look, even though they don't see it, I'm using body language because that changes the voice. Or maybe I do one that's slightly less. Athens, our strength is in the root. Which is slightly less. And you can see that they're just doing that with their hand. With the first one, I went like this. They don't see that, but you can hear it. Yeah. You can hear it.
Yeah. Very good.
So it's actually a good exercise for me to show you this.
Yeah, sure.
Because when I get the videos, I will send you the videos.
Yeah, sure. To
and
remember
you'll know
the words and where you did. Yeah.
Because you can see that these are terribly long chunks of incredibly technical words, and some of the words I didn't even know how to say. I had to go on the Oxford Dictionary, siderophores. I don't know what the fuck that is. And
They're technical words or what?
Yeah. So I've written them phonetically, because I can write phonetically. I've had to write on how that word's said, and I've had to practice that word before I do the thing. Because for me, fertirrigation, I didn't know how to say it. It's a very difficult word, so you have to practice with the difficult words. And I will rehearse for 1 minute. Maybe I do one bad take, then I will do a good take, basically all the way through, perfect.
All the way, no?
And then I'll do another good take all the way through, perfect, and maybe just a couple of times at the end. And maybe if there's something here that I think could be done 2 ways, I'll do one way, and I'll say I'm going to repeat this. I'll leave a note on the recording, and say I'm going to repeat this, and then I'll do another way.
Very good.
But basically I can go through the thing in... The trick is the preparation. If you prepare this for half an hour before, you'll just be really good. If you just go straight on, you'll be fucking up everything, and it will... the trick is to prepare.
Okay.
But when I'll send you the videos when I'll probably get them next week.
To remember...
So you can see, I saw that text.
Yeah.
No? Maybe what I'll even do is, when I send you the videos, I'll send you the scripts again.
Maybe. With the same, just a photo of that, no? To see where you... Oh, just normal script.
I have those scripts. I have those scripts on Word documents in my computer.
So send both and then...
So I'll send you the script.
Good idea.
And you'll have the video and you can see...
Good idea.
And maybe you'll say, I don't like that bit the way he did it, but you have to think that I did 2 or 3 different ways, and that's the bit that they chose.
They chose it.
So the final edit, I don't choose. I could actually send you that Umana video as well with the whole script. Because that's quite long. It's quite a long video.
Yeah, the last one.
The last one was very short.
No, the one before.
The one before, the one with the black people.
Yes,
the
yes. Yeah, it was quite a long one. Yes.
So it could get boring.
No, it was good.
It's all right. It's not, but that's what they want.
Yeah.
No, because I have to be able to adapt to what they want.
What they want as opposed to what you want.
Whereas you saw in the other example, the one it was really punchy. No.
Yeah, the last one. No.
The last one. Where are you?